In this example, I need to simplify when I have negative 125 all raised to the 2/3 power. So I'm dealing with fractional or rational exponents. So let's quickly review rational exponents. So if I have a raised to the m over n, it can be written as the nth root of a to the m, or equivalently as the nth root of a all raised to the mth power. Both of these are totally equivalent. If I have a variable, I'm going to use this expression here because it's more compact and efficient. But if I have a number, I'm going to use this expression here because it makes evaluating the answer a whole lot easier. Since my base is a number in this example, I'm going to use this method here. And notice the denominator of the fraction becomes the index of the radical. The numerator of the fractional exponent becomes the power to which I raise that radical. So looking at my example here, I'm going to have some radical, I'll figure out the index in a minute, of negative 125, and then I'm going to raise that to a power. Well, the denominator of my fraction 3 is going to become the index of my radical. I'm going to take a cube root, and then when I'm done doing that, I'm going to raise the answer to the second power. So, first thing, what is the cube root of negative 125? Be careful. This is a cube root. The square root of a negative number is not a real number, but the cube root of a negative number is a negative number, as 3 negatives multiplied together gives a negative. And what is the cube root of 125? Is it a perfect cube? Yes. So what is the cube root of 125? It's 5. So the cube root of negative 125 is negative 5, and then I'm going to square it. If you're a little unsure of your number here with the signs, just quickly multiply negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. 3 negatives multiplied together, odd number of negatives gives a negative. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is negative 125. So you got this part right. So now the only thing left to do is take negative 5 and square it. Well, remember that means take negative 5 and multiply it by itself twice. So a negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 5 is 25. So the answer is 25. Just a note on why I picked this method. If I happen to decide to write my problem this way, it would have become, I could have also done the cube root of negative 125 all squared. That is the other way of writing this problem, which means I would have to square negative 125, which I don't want to do, and then I'd have to take the cube root of that very large number. Hopefully you can see writing it this way gave me much smaller numbers.